I'm not hurt, and I'm not missing out on anything, and her game is trash.
All right. So they read a fake tweet. They didn't know it was fake, so I don't think they had ill intent. Regardless, DDG did respond immediately. He says, nigga got 30 years max of life left and speaking on the relationship of the people same age as your son. Now, I'm going to stop right there. Number one, here's the thing. DDG, this is a weak diss. I'm going to be honest with you. Joe is like 40. To say somebody is probably going to die at 70 isn't a diss. I'm just sorry. Like, counting down how long till someone gets to 70 isn't the diss if you're predicting they're going to die at 70. Like, that's just not a diss. Yo, you're going to die at 80 years old in a hospital surrounded by family, and you're not going to be able to walk or use the bathroom on your own, and your teeth are going to fall out. That's not a diss. Sorry. Okay? I hope you forget to take your magnesium pills today, you old Joe Budden. I don't be tripping about the girls saying shit because I'm used to it. It's all love. But you niggas with platforms gonna get a response for sure. Says pump it up when gold after 20 years. I'm on you.
What is up, everybody? This is Edward back with another video. And today I got another video with DDG. You know, and we got a new dude hating on him, which is Joe Budden. Is that a shock? So anyway, you know, I want you to listen to this video and you can draw your own, you know, points on it. And we'll talk about it on the other side. So let's just jump right in here. This stuff is getting crazy.
Who the is DDG? and why am I supposed to care about his thoughts on anything? I'm very happy that they have broken up, so I don't get to keep seeing this name attached to this girl's name when I don't know him for nothing as a standalone. And for me, it's important to know people based off their own name and merit and what they have done. Every time I see his name, it's attached to hers, and it's typically in some type of clout chaser fashion. So that makes me look at him a different way, and hopefully I get to look at him a lot less now that they've broken.
Well, she's extremely high profile. She's high profile.
Very high profile and very talented.
And you saying her head game is trash, gonna go get their own account.
Yeah, we figured it out.
They're gonna go find out on their own, number one. And number two, if it was that trash, why you snatched that cherry so fast, my boy? I mean, if her head was as bad as you say, that cherry didn't levitate long before you got in action, DDG.
That's
I don't even know what that stands for.
What does DDG stand for? Daryl Dwayne Granberry.
Yo, your name Granberry? You know what my thing is with these that's on the rise and they want to go get with the chick with some notoriety that's also on the rise.
Salute, by the way.
Whenever that relationship fails, I never see them bounce back with something that's going to get shorty upset. I normally never hear from them again in the dating realm. I don't think I'm going to ever hear about DDG and his next chick.
I'm on.
Well, his chick before her, you know who she is.
I don't.
Who?
Ruby. I'll talk your DDG.
Who was the chick before her? I'm afraid that we view that differently.
And there was a whole lot going on with her where she was doing clout chasing to their relationship.
Well, Ruby is a hustler and a business owner. Who was the young lady before her?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
That's what troubles me. That's what troubles me. Good luck, DDG. This will be your first and last time being mentioned on this broadcast for the rest of eternity.
Alright, so y'all have seen the video, and I'm actually going to play a video that DJ Akademiks did too a little bit later in this video because he actually gives some insight into kind of what's going on and stuff like that. But I want to really comment on this first. So first of all, I remember it wasn't even maybe a month ago when Carisha, aka Young Miami, was picking on not DDG, but Joe Budden for going gold. It took 20 years for him to go gold. And I defended Joe Budden in that situation because Joe Budden Carisha can't read and write. Let's just call that what it is. She has like an 8th grade education, and I'm just gonna call that what it is. And if it wasn't for her jumping on the trend of black women sexually crashing out, like that trend, and bottoming out, aka the city girl trend that they created, that was their kind of brand on that overall trend, just things that have not been acceptable is all of a sudden be acceptable. And then Megan Thee Stallion come in with the hot girl summer, and the corporations just basically jamming that filth down black women's throats. And by the way, them buying it, let's just be real, they culminated to Sexy Red and all of that. You know, she wouldn't have an audience. She's not even the main rapper in the group that she was in. That was mainly JT. And so the corporations have basically kept her afloat. That's really what that is. She's not even a real artist. And I defended Joe Budden in that because at the end of the day, it took him 20 years and he's a one-hit wonder, which is true, but it was what he did in artistry. And the thing, but then you have Joe Budden, and in that video, I want you all to pay attention. How comfortable they are in, whether it's him, whether it's Melissa Ford, how comfortable they are hating on another black man. That he knows his name, but he don't know anything about what he's done. And that is crazy. You notice how when these dudes are really for the streets, or it's a rapper, they don't do this to this level, not this level. Like, they don't do this. And I'm sorry, Haley Bailey seems to be a nice person, but when people say she's on the come up, Haley Bailey is barely worth $3-4 million. There is plenty of streamers that's got way more money than her. I don't care what her status is, because female status is irrelevant for the most part. In the long run, female status is irrelevant, because her status is always going to be predicated to the man that she can get is tied to. That is fact. That is the main reason why folks are even hating on DDG, because they're saying that she can do better. And I told you this, I'm going to tell you this on every video that I do. They never, ever, ever, ever will throw out names as to who these people can get with. Because most of the dudes that are really on right now are in their 30s, or they already got mad kids. Show me the guy that's childless and the guy that's under 30 and that he's black. Because we already know if she gets with a white dude, that's not gonna work out. Her sister is 26 years old, and look at who her sister has gotten, and her sister has been pushed harder than she has. Name me somebody her sister is, Chloe, has actually been legit, and Chloe looks better than Haley. So name me somebody that Chloe's been with. Please put that in the comment section for anybody that sees this video if you know. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But ultimately, going back to Joe Budden, let's be real here. You're never gonna lose points hating on black men. It is the most easy, cowardly, weak thing that you can do. It's easy to hate on a black man. Now, when you open your mouth about a black woman, oh, you gotta be careful. You gotta tread lightly. You gotta watch your tongue, because now Joe Budden gotta worry about all of these accusations when he put his hands on women, you know, the Me Too allegations. So he always gonna be careful when he opens his mouth about a black female. And this is not about sides. They were together, clearly. And before I jump back, let me chill out and put this DJ Akademiks video on here, because this gives you insight.
I feel bad for DDG, bro. I seen so many people say, yo, he's pranking. He's trying to do this for views. Y'all want me to tell y'all the real behind this, man? And I did speak to DDG, but I knew Moses. I went to him with information, because I knew a couple things, but I ain't say it because DDG my mans. But I did confirm with him yesterday. It is in fact over between DDG and Halle Bailey. There is no prank. And I was saddened watching this on the Shade Room, because there was so many people. They were like, yo, he's a clout chaser. Why did he have to announce it? I felt bad for DDG this entire relationship. And I'm gonna tell you why. He met a woman, loved her, she loved him, decided to settle down. The entire relationship, he was getting bullied and harassed by other women. You ain't good enough for our queen. You ain't shit. You don't deserve her. You goofy. You probably cheating. I linked up and I met DDG, was in Miami. Man, DDG wouldn't even take a picture with a girl. I almost called him pussy. Why? This guy in love. I get it. All good. This is one of them times that a relationship has not helped him. Ari and Moneybagg Yo has helped Moneybagg Yo. Most relationship helped the nigga. This relationship has only got people to talk shit about DDG. DDG did not benefit from this. And yesterday, when he decided to post this breakup letter, if you want to call it, I understood it. Because what y'all haven't known is that they have been separated for a while. This is facts. I'm telling you this is facts. They've been separated for a while. You just didn't know. A lot of people on Shade Room didn't know. They're usually pretty quiet. They keep their business to themselves. I don't know if she's fucking with other people. But she's living her life. She's around. She's having fun. Hanging around celebrities. There's videos and pictures to proof. I won't even pull it up. Because they on DDG's ass, that nigga can't do a motherfucking thing. Because the whole perception of the whole internet is that they're still together. So you know why DDG has to post this shit? To let everybody know, if eventually you see me take a picture with another woman, even if I have no interest in her, I'm not cheating on this woman that y'all love so much. And I said, God damn. And I told him yesterday, I said, man, it's sad that you gotta let these hordes of obsessed stands over a relationship know that the relationship's over before you could even take a deep breath and try to live your life. He got to put out this statement to live his life while she chilling. She doing her thing. Whatever you think that means. So, seems like at least DDG sending her love and saying everything is cool. I'm actually glad that DDG handled it this way. And by the way, I gave him credit yesterday. I said, bro, I'm glad that you're not being immature. I'm glad that you're not jumping online to say A, B, C, and D. You're not trying to justify. And I'm glad that you guys seem they're going to have a good relationship. Despite if, who knows, maybe later they get back together. Because again, they're both parents.
Okay. So you heard it first. You know, and I'm not a fan of DJ Akademiks, but we can't act like DJ Akademiks don't be knowing the information behind the scenes. We can't act like he don't. So it is what it is. So going off of what DJ Akademiks said, they have been not together. And what that stuff tells me is he did not break up with her. She most likely wanted to move on with her career. And she is what I said before, that she probably I don't know if she broke up with him, probably, but it ain't no situation where he dumped her, because you know when women get dumped, there's all these subliminals and all this other stuff, and you didn't see that. Because quite frankly, Haley doesn't want nobody in their business, and even when she was pregnant, she didn't want nobody in their business. And she made it clear she didn't want nobody in their business. And it's this idea of objectifying this black female and trying to protect the image of what, like, y'all are real clingy when it comes to these Bailey sisters. Like, folks really want to, y'all gotta stop living your life through other people. Y'all really do. Y'all really gotta stop doing that. But the thing is, she's living her life in celebrity land. And at the end of the day, she's an it girl now, but she can go out like Amanda Steinberg just like that. And so it's this idea of people want to protect her, and they act like she's a victim of DDG, and we do this little let's clown him, because you don't have anything you can really say. You can't say he cheated. You can't say he did her wrong. Y'all want to say he didn't marry her. I'm telling you, she didn't want to marry him. That's my opinion. My opinion is she didn't want to be married. She's wanted it because I know the type. It ain't that serious. We ain't got to put a paper on it. This is our business. This is our thing. Why do we got to deal with other people's standards? I know people today that are still with the person they had a kid with, to their credit. I know multiple women that are like that. They don't want to be married. They are perfectly fine in cohabitating mode. They don't want to be married. And men are not going to push that hard. Not in America. Not black men in America. They're not. If the woman don't want to be married, they're not about to force them into it. And it's the same reason why the Maori sister that crashed out. Because it's this thing, and that's something that like black people really need to reconcile with. Black women would rather cohabitate with the dude they had kids with than be married. A lot of them would rather do that. And I know women that are solid women that have been with their dude. Their kid is like 5, 6, a couple of 4, and they are still with the dude. They haven't had on and off. They take pictures with all of that. I'm talking about black women too, by the way. Some from Baltimore. So again, a lot of these chicks don't be wanting to put paperwork on it because it gives a meaning that they don't want to adhere to. Point blank, some of them are honestly comfortable with knowing if they want to leave, it's a breakup versus we got to go through this process called a divorce. And that's what it is. But we have to protect this narrative that women want to be married and women are not being married. It's because of the man. That's a lie. That is a lie. That is not true. Not today. And when you see this up and coming brother coming up, and you see these older dudes that are supposed to be leaders, mentors, you in the same thing. You're supposed to be leaders, mentors, hating on brothers. Like, that is some weak stuff. And how Melissa Ford is doing her little snarky laugh, and the other dude was trying to kind of bring it back a little bit to be fair to him. But when you look at like what's happened with Joe Budden and his inability to keep his first team together, you know, this is the type of stuff that really gets on my nerves. This really gets on my nerves. If this is that Highlander syndrome that I'm talking about, and this is a 26-year-old, you are well over your 40s, hating on a dude that could be your son. That is how weak that is. And I'm going to tell you, I personally think, yeah, man, you know, the problem that I have with these younger brothers, you know, they don't never bounce back. He wasn't competing with her. And let me remind you that Haley is like 4th in the most attractive females that he's been known to be around. All of these famous people taking these Instagram models, and you don't never hear none of this. But it's this idea because she worked for Disney. Shout out to Amanda Bynes. Shout out to Lindsay Lohan. Well, Amanda Bynes was Nickelodeon, to be fair. Just because she a Disney chick, that don't mean nothing. She ain't the only black Disney chick. Like, you got Normani. There's plenty of black females out there. I got a question. Well, technically, Chris Brown is like, what, 32? If Haley Bailey would have dated Chris Brown, y'all have a problem with it. You know how I know? Because y'all had a problem with Chloe Bailey doing a music video with him. So, again, this is a standing challenge that I have to anyone that wants to say this. Who should she date? Who is good enough? That's what I want to know. He did not put up, and Akademiks was absolutely right, and I saw this throughout this whole thing. He was being bullied online, and to be fair, DDG has quite a few black females that rock with him. He has a solid black female base. Are they going to argue down other black women like Stans? Probably not. But DDG has black women that rock with him a lot. And so this argument about our litigating who somebody is in a relationship with, this is a lot of pick-me energy. This is a lot of, you making fun of somebody's last name. Melissa, you are Canadian. If you do not stop, and these are people that are like 46, 47 years old, Melissa Ford, picking on somebody old enough to be your child. I mean, where are the adults? Can the adults stand up? These are two people, they dealt with each other, she moved on. I'm sure he did have love for her. And it is what it is. But this is like straight up bullying. And I mention that not because DDG can't take it, because DDG is going at Joe Budden himself. Shout out to the dude Reloaded that I shared, because he does great content, very entertaining content. He is not long-winded like I am, so y'all check him out. And I haven't even seen that video, but he's gonna probably roast them. But this is why the young generation don't like the older generation. And this is that Gen X, because Budden is of the Gen X, hating on other dudes. Yo, that is some weak stuff. It really is. Especially when you know at any given point, you can be on the other side of women on that Me Too stuff. And this is like why if Joe Budden ever gets dealt with, right or wrong, you ain't gonna have a lot of dudes coming to your rescue. You gonna be out here like Diddy. Maybe not on that level, but you gonna be out here with no support. Because the reality is the only reason why a lot of people even mess with you like that is you think Melissa Ford cares about you. The reason why she's there is because she ain't got nowhere else to be. Let's just be real about that. Because she ain't talented. She's a model, she's a bimbo, and that's it. And her bimbo year is over. And it's not about defending DDG more so because he's all right. He got his money. He's good. This is more about really putting on the record that, you know, when women, you know, when it's all this bullying and you're beating up on women when it's the woman's turn. But with men, all of this stuff can happen. Men are just supposed to take this stuff, take the disrespect, be bullied by stans, you know, because you're upset that Haley is not with a white boy, because I don't care what white boy it is and what he's doing. I promise you, most black women would not be running their mouth if she was with a white boy. It's always going to be an issue with unless it's a rapper or it's a white boy, everybody else is going to be problematic. At the end of the day, and I absolutely agree with DJ Akademiks on this, that this didn't really help him. Not really. He didn't get any more real visibility than he already had. He really didn't. I mean, this didn't like validate him more. If anything, this brought more animosity towards him because you got people that look at him and they just see a regular Negro. They don't know the story. They don't care to know the story. They acting like he just, what they're trying to do, not Rev, yeah, Rev Run's daughter, I'm blanking on the name, chat, comments, put that in the comment section, where she got with just some random no-name dude that didn't have money. Because it's not about fame. Fame is not everything. Fame is so important to black people. It's really about your money and what you can do. And the reality is nobody told her to have that kid. She didn't have to have that kid. So now, if she's a single mother, it's going to be something DDG did to her. Ain't nobody told her to have that kid. She did what she wanted to do. And I'm sorry. Y'all are really trying to act like, look, I like Haley Bailey, but y'all are really trying to act like Haley Bailey is like a dime. Haley Bailey is like a 6. And she's a 6. She's a strong 6. She's a strong 6. But Haley Bailey without makeup, you know, she has a very plain face. Stop acting like looks wise, that's the best. Ruby Rose looks better than her. Like leapfrogs better than her. And he broke up with her. He upgraded. It's funny because Joe Budden said, whenever you see these dudes like this, these internet niggas, tells me that he's jealous. That's what that tells me. He thinks that they got it too easy. They ain't nobody. They ain't done nothing. Sorry, Joe. DDG's a better entertainer with his audience than you are with yours. That's why he's going up and you had to come back down out of fame land. And you can just speak on what other people actually do long term, which is what Drake was low-key trying to say about you too. You couldn't maintain the NBA, so you decided to be a commentator on it. And you want to hate on somebody else because maybe they're not in the NBA, but they making more money than you. Maybe in another league. But the reality is he did bounce back. When he broke up with Ruby Rose, he got with Haley. He got a kid out of Haley. That tells you everything about who he is compared to her. Now she can do what she want to do, and look, Haley Bailey is typically a homebody. You know, she had great pictures with, you know, her son. I don't think she's just gonna crash out and go on a whole phase with these celebrities. I actually think she's a little bit smarter than that, and I'll give her credit for that. But let's be all the way real about it. The reality is he will get much better box than she will get dudes. Dudes are not out here talking about, yeah, man, I wish I could hit Haley. They are not on Haley like they are on like Ice Spice or Glorilla or what's her name, Lotto. They are not sweating her like that. They are not sweating the Bailey sisters like that. The Bailey sisters are actually very similar to the Maui sisters. They're attractive, but you're not sitting here putting you're not putting, you don't got Haley Bailey's poster on your wall if you're a teenager, or Chloe Bailey's. You don't. That's just a fact. So all it is, let me give you a perfect example. You want to know somebody that I think really could have did better, just so y'all understand. I'm not just saying siding with the dude for the dude's sake. Kelly Rowland is like one of the few people that you can honestly say, and no offense to that dude, but that dude don't even seem like a competent manager. Kelly Rowland can make that case. That case that she could have did better, Kelly Rowland can definitely make that case. Definitely make that case. So I am aware of what that case is and how it can be made. Kelly Rowland at every stage of the game, even today, is way more attractive than Haley Bailey will ever be. Way more attractive, and had way more visibility than Haley Bailey will ever have. And look at who she's with. DDG is better now, today, than the dude that Kelly Rowland is with. DDG makes his own money in his own way. DDG definitely can go into investment. DDG is a valedictorian. DDG is a better man in every measurable way than the husband. And I'm not even hating on that dude. I'm just telling you the truth. Kelly Rowland. That dude is not famous at all. Let's stop it. So anyway, am I tripping? What do you think about what I'm saying? Am I, taking this too seriously? Is this the first time y'all have heard Joe Budden hating on somebody? Do you really think, do you think he broke up with her or she broke up with him? Do you believe what DJ Akademiks is saying is he had to make that announcement, which I didn't think about that, but when you think about that, that makes very logical sense that he would have had to do that, because the Bailey sisters do have their stands. Shout out to Kareem. She's a subscriber of mine, and this is the type of stuff she covers. I'm interested in what she thinks in the comments, because she definitely is very aware of the Bailey sisters. I'm curious in what she thinks about this situation. And do you think the upgrade, some of y'all said that y'all think he'll get with a white chick. I actually don't think about that. Let me know in the comments if y'all want me to run a poll to see what that is. And quite frankly, do you think, Haley will get a better, the next dude Haley is associated with will be better than DDG. Now, people will say, well, if he's more famous, then by definition, that in and of itself is better. I don't know about that, but that's what people say. We'll see. Cause now she's a single mother. But then again, when you're famous like that, does it really matter? So, and truth be told, even if this is negative publicity, the thing is, DDG is a creature of the internet. And because he's a creature of the internet, even if people are hating on him, he's got enough support that even if people are hating on him, that keeps his name out there. And one of the things about these internet guys is they run on storylines. So the more their name is just out there. So no matter who, even if it's hate, it's the Donald Trump school of marketing. He's still winning. I just don't so let me know if y'all are tired of, let's normalize not hating on black men when they didn't do nothing wrong. Let's normalize not make black men the villain when they didn't do nothing. And my thing is, again, if you all think she can do better, or that she just dated down, then why don't you all put in the comments some names as the potential bachelors she could date? I'm not aware of all these dudes like that. Again, I'm 37 years old, so I'm not an expert on the folks out there in their 20s. I'm not. So why don't y'all correct me and let me know who she did it? Also, do you think he fumbled her, or do you think she just got bored and moved on and wanted to do something different? Another thing that doesn't get said either, that this needs to be said, is a lot of these chicks be having these on again, off again relationships, especially with dudes they had kids with. So as far as we concerned, this is a break. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. As always, check in with a like, check out with a comment as well. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. You know, the Cash App is in the description. Linktree is in the description. As always, you know, make sure y'all watch out for my shorts that are coming up as well. And with that being said, this is Edward signing off. Peace.